Hey, what's going on, guys? Gulliver here. The event ended in a couple hours ago. Actually, more than a couple hours ago. 14 hours ago, I guess. I enjoyed it a lot, and mainly because of this. I upgraded from 6. I wasn't sure if it was 66 and was missing a little for 67, but I upgraded that. I upgraded 2 levels, I'm almost sure, and I upgraded from 68, from 67 to 68, what was missing, and from 68 to 69 entirely. And man, it's child's play to upgrade bots right now. Mayhem Mode is the main key factor in bot upgrading. It's very, very good. Mayhem's like ridiculous for bot XP, for bot upgrading, like ridiculous. And I wasn't even using the gold, the purple one, the G Metal version of the XP boost. It was just the gold one. This is what? Yeah, it's Golden Lagoon. So it wasn't even the G Metal version, which provides, I think, 150% XP boost. So it's like really good. Really, really, really good. And like it's become child's play. Like it's really, really easy the way it is right now. It's really, really easy. So, a moto guy is making some Fast and Furious moves right now, drifting. Okay. So, it's really, really good. I think it's like the main thing right now that you want for is to go bot XP in the Mayhem modes. I'm not sure if it making it exclusively on Mayhem modes for the endurance events. I think it's a decent solution, I guess, like kind of nice and whatever. But like, I'm not sure if this. I'm pretty sure it's like more than once per month. Like it's really, really good. I wasn't sure, but like people, there was some live streams that were saying that they had to confirm yet if it was triple or double the XP. If it was triple, that like, makes a lot of sense, but like, it's really, really good the way it is. I liked it a lot. I have just upgraded one of the combiners here, and I'm just thinking, because the schedule didn't drop yet. And it's likely going to be a alliance thing or a prime core thing, whatever. I'm thinking I'm going to upgrade this boy here because it's really, really important, for you to bot upgrade this guy to max level that you can, to the higher levels, because what I was doing was this is the war team I was using, but like this is not like a usual team for wars or PvP, but like you should use like the bot that you want to upgrade, plus, for example, if I want to upgrade full tilt for whatever, I use T2 max anyway. I trying to solo is in zone 16, which was what I was doing. It's kind of unrealistic for like I think you can do it with Coolagoon. I think that maybe if you use something like these to give in some survivability, it's viable, but like no, you're not doing that, because you're going without amalgam. So Yeah, it's very rare the bots that can solo, you know. I think the full tip, because it can go with the XP current fracas, something like that. You can try it, but like, it's varies a lot of the bot. But like, what I was doing, I was like making a random team here, but like the last 5 ones were Thundercracker, Junk Heap. I was using as well Run Amok, and there's something else. Not Run Amok. No. There was another guy I was using. So like basically like random generic support bots. So like if you don't want to use stuff like that, you can go like Nemesis to like end stuff. Headstrong is kind of the generic support bot, like mainly if you use Micronos on it. I'm using Micronos on Acid Storm. I'm kind of enjoying it. I also upgraded Acid Storm in this event. So like just make a team just to. After that, I'll show you guys exactly what I'm meaning with that. Stuff like these generic stuff that works, that like are solo, are standalone stuff. Like I think that because for XP purposes, you kind of don't actually need to win the match, but you need to like only use one bot. There's like the thing is that it's better for you XP wise to lose with one bot that win with 2. You gain more XP individually losing with one bot that winning with 2 bots. But because the XP, but because of the stuff, what's the name? Because the points that you get from the event, you kind of have to score anyway. Like I was like trying more for wins that I would normally, but I think it's justifiable. I guess it's really really good, and like these random bots like help you in a lot of certain ways. Like for example, in the, I remember what I was doing. I faced a lot of Chromias as a. I think that was on purposes. Was on purpose. Chromia aka Failbat. So they were going like playing destroying the maximum of the base that you can, but the drop the combiner, destroy everything. But the combiner doesn't trigger the outpost bots. So you have to face an outpost bot. With your if you don't destroy everything, if you don't win, you end up having to trigger the outpost bot. So what people were doing, like they were defending a lot the HQ itself, and like placing a Chromia is close to certain amount of defenses, and it triggers and it stuns whatever you're upgrading if you're playing like that. So I would use Run Amok and activate the effect to go for the stun. By effect I mean SA, but if you don't understand, to remove the stun from the bot I'm using, and killing Chromia, helping to kill Chromia and stuff. So like a lot of random stuff happened. Like there wasn't one specific strategy, I guess, that I was like hard that I was having a really hard time facing, you know. But in general, these were like natural things that were happening. Like sometimes you destroy everything base related, and Thundercracker is here to like destroy whatever is missing, because it is like far away from the maps just because of the range. Sometimes like I confuse myself a little bit. Build bots are considered part of the HQ not HQ exactly, but the base percentage part of the Mayhem points. So you have to destroy the build bots as well as the defenses, resource buildings, and what's the name of that? Resource buildings and the HQ itself, and the build bots to destroy to have all the points that you get. So that's really important to know. Junk heaps, like, because I'm so often to golden disc that you have to naturally make a golden disc effect, like drop junk heap, target the body you're upgrading, making it have a second life. I always make these after the combiner, because junk heap gets messed up and resetted by the combiner when he drops. So beware of that. And like generically bots that are being used. So what I was doing was, like, I was making a team like these with T2 max, and instead of golden disc, obviously the gold XP core, this one. Then I was using the combiner, and I was basically switching between zone 16 and 15. Sometimes I try 70, but 70 is not worth. I think that the difference of I have weird feelings between, like, the level differences on the HQ, on the zones. So for example, sometimes, like, depending of the day, I'm not sure if it's like it's depends of the HQ that you're attacking or whatever, but, like, depending of the day, I think that zone 15 base itself has such a minimum difference between the zone 16 one. Like, there wasn't a huge difference on that, so I was like, let me go for the zone 16 anyway, because, like, more XP, so, like, help me up. But, like, if you want to guarantee wins, I made that day 2 of the event. When you want to guarantee wins more than anything, you go zone 15 to guarantee wins. But, like, there was a round which I did with zone 16 only, and, like, I think I made 4 matches, because it take a little longer, and I win 2, like, win 3, lost 1, or win 2, lost 2. You kind of lose a little bit of the in win rate, but there's absolutely no problem on these, to be honest. So that's really good. One of the things that I realized is that for solo, Prime Zone is kinda impossible to solo. Mainly because it's like all the circumstances around it are very much, like, impossible to solo, because you have to destroy every single defense. That's the first problem. You have to destroy, like, you're basically, like, almost every time facing, like, at least, like, 4 or 5 of the OP prime cores on defense. If the guy doesn't have all the prime cores everywhere, so, like, that really hurts. You have a lot of healing everywhere, like, everyone's. I think that I'm facing all the time. There was, like, 3 build bots, like, setups that I'm facing, like, all the time, which is one FFD in the middle of the map trying to cover everything. 2 zone heals close to cluster, close to HQ, whatever, and, like, 2 whatever. There's a lot of guys going, like, an anti-fire, an anti-acid, an anti-water, an anti-electric, and an FFD, all in the middle. and like guys that go 2-1 between two FFDs, two zone heals, and two anti-heal zones. Anti-heal zone. No, anti-healing. The anti-healing core. Like they go 2-1, and they pick like two of these twice and one of the other one that's like missing. That's remaining. So these are the bases that are more that I see more oftenly. First thing, to be really honest, the guys using anti-fire, I'm done. I just surrender, basically. And that's one of the things I wanted to mention that as well. You kind of have to play. You kind of have to play, and like because I'm very decent. I'm very good with T2, so don't get me wrong. But like other setups, other stuff, I'm not that amazing on. I think that it can make it really like decent teams, decent setups, decent scenarios, strategies, and everything, and a lot of stuff are around T2. But like you have to play the game. You have to play this game mode with the more serious approach you can ever have. Like I tried once to try to record when I was playing, and it was a complete disaster. And it was like I couldn't commentate anything decently because it was really hard doing that, and the gameplay was a mess. So like I was thinking like, oh, there's no point I'm going to post this. Like this doesn't aggregate anybody. I'm very confused in the middle of the thing. So I think that to me I have to focus much more that I would normally go to play in every single match. I have to focus much more on this game mode than in any other one. So that was a thing to me. And like because you use 15 fuel cells every single time, you can't say like, oh, too much prime cores and not that decent team. Kind of have to like script and everything. One of the things that I could say to you if I have seen this situation, go into more realistic scenarios while playing this game mode specifically. Don't go like, oh, maybe if I have luck and I go for zone 16 and the guy don't have a tremendous amount of huge base and like I won't get destroyed. When you think like this, you're going to have like 12 prime cores maxed out base. Like, don't get me wrong, but like you're not going to have luck all the time. So like it's very unrealistic for you to go like, oh, if I have luck and I don't have a very oppressive base or whatever, I maybe will have luck enough to win. Like, no, just like this is a how many is the level of these? 35. So like for levels, like I think that I could go for prime zone. I would drop like 4 or 5 guys, maybe 6, and I would kind of guarantee a win if I'm using Ruination, God Neptune as a combiner. So like it's more plausible to me, but like I'm not going to drop like a random chilling 5-star with 5-star boss, like random stuff like these, and go for zone 16 without a combiner and say like, easy win, come on, I have what I need, like what's necessary to win. Like, no, you're going to get crushed, you're going to get destroyed. Don't bother with that. Just like go for more realistic game levels and gameplay that you have. So like go for your best teams. One thing that I do is like because I focus a little bit on bot XP, I play like a very decent team that's like everyone together is very good. Like this team, for example, this is everything that you need. So like I'm saying to myself like, no, this is a team that I need these and these. I have everything here at my disposal, kinda. I have decent protection, I have decent offensive stuff, I have like stuff that give me timing, like flatline, blots. They got kind of save HP of my team and everything. I have protection, so like I have most of these things at my disposal. So yeah, I'm going to that. I see a base like with 2-3 prime cores, some resource buildings, some build bots like being used to upgrade some key defenses like MDS, shield gens, lasers, whatever. I maybe will drop 2 or 3 guys if I'm not using combiner, obviously, and try to go with only the 3 guys and try to win. And I think I likely will be able to. So like, if I win the match, I will return, and then I will try to like replace the 3 guys that I have used with not the same level, but like the bots that do similar stuff or like serve as the same purposes as the other ones would. So like I want protection, I have used blot. You don't have to use like grapple, which is like the most similar bot, but like if you use headstrong, for example, I still have breakneck and real rider, and I like use breakneck, for example, and blot and T2 max, for example. I can replace wheeled rider I can replace breakneck with wheeled rider, which is like excellent build bot popper and like key destroyer of key defenses, and blot with headstrong, which like one is made for defense, attract stuff. The other is just does basically the same thing. So like it's very much proportional. You know what I mean? So like it's very very like okay if you consider these aspects. Like okay, I can do these, and the team don't absolute fizzles. He won't miss like a lot of stuff. Like I think that's what I think most of the time when I'm playing Mayhem Mode. When I'm generically playing events, to be honest, but Mayhem Mode more than anything. Another thing on Mayhem Mode, I'm absolutely sure they will have to do something about the 50 fuel cells used per match. Man, it's too much. It's too much. There's no. It's too much, man. It's too much. I think that if they proportionally take out some percentage of the XP, like 20% of the XP that you're getting is taken off, but it's just using, but they're just using 10 fuel cells, it's much better, to be really honest. And I made that calculation with you guys that like the uses per match and you can use like you can play more and you can like enjoy more the game and like upgrade more stuff and do more stuff, and like your fuel cells are more worth it, your coins are more worth it, your investments are more worth it. Like so like you use more and you win more as well. And like if you're investing money on the game, it's better even for the guys that are not pay to win, but like the guys that invest in the game. Like they also win more from that. Like because if you're using like cyber coins to like refresh stuff, you play more the game more times. Like so it's good for everybody, and like it's really ridiculous, and I mean really ridiculous, that the F2P guys have to play just 3 matches and they're done. It's ridiculous. 45 fuel cells. Imagine like you're a free-to-play guy, make everything that you need during the weekend, play some wars, Zen farm, you upgrade a lot of energon stuff, having energon saved everywhere in the storage in the what's the name, inventory alloy as well, so everything where it should be. It's the inventory, right? The name of the thing. Yeah, so everything's where it should be, everything's nice and everything, and you play 3 games and like you're done. And like it's weird, like because you see the 5 fuel cells there, like okay, I just dropped the combiner, so I use these 5 cells on Zen farming or PvP to use. I think that more Zen farming because Energon and Alloy are not a problem during the weekend events. Kind of maxed out like in Fridays before the event start. Before Friday, I guess. Before the event starts, so you don't have a problem with that. So like you see the 5 fuel cells there, and you say like, oh, okay, now I waste these on like Zen farming just to guarantee a Zen farming. I go for a PvP if I need. What do I do with these 5 ones? Because like you can't like have enough to like recharge a full rotation. So this becomes really weird. There was a lot of times there was like 10 or like 12, 13. What's the name of that? Fuel cells. And I was using the combiner, and I have dropped like, and I have like, really improved during the weekend, like mainly with T2 soloing. And I was like, okay, easy one here, easy one here. Just try these, just try that. Like a lot of XP. Okay, right. Okay, 30 fuel cells. Nothing else I can do. And the combiner was just there with like more than 10 minutes, and I used like not 10 minutes, but like 8, like more than half of the combiner timing is still available to me. And I was like, okay, what do I do? I waste these to take advantage of the combiner, or like I wait even more, but like I have to wait like hours and hours to have like 45 again and play again. And like it's really awkward, really awkward. And don't get me wrong, I like when a game make you have to make decisions, and these decisions like interfere in what and in how you develop, in how you do as a player, how your account's going to develop and everything, but like not between not okay and bad decisions. You know what I mean? There was some decisions that you can have to like face. Then they're like, okay, this is a decision that like gives me a lot of advantage and it is really good, and I'm like really like, okay, I can go with that and do it work and everything. And these ones like not that optimal, but gives me some kind of advantage that I don't have to have, but like for the moment's necessary. You know what I mean? So like these kind of scenarios are really nice, but like this is far away from this kind of scenario. This is like a weird and an awkward decision, like because the to me that's like HQ18. I think that I have close to 100 Oreo or 13 almost every time during the weekend. I think that the lowest amount I have was 75 or 76, 84, 86, something like that. So I was always with a decent amount of Ori with like consistency during the weekend, and it wasn't even like purchasing like here anything. Like I even could if I went, but like wasn't even necessary. So I was like, man, okay. To me, it's absolutely okay to wait, because I'm not going to be like, oh, my Ori 13, I have to like take advantage of this combiner, so let me use this to Zen farm a little bit. It's not that good if you're like very low on Ori 13. If you have like played a lot of wars during the week, and you have like needed a little bit for the wars to win. So like if I was like programming during the week or during the day, I was like, okay, I could try these, and these. Take this guy over here, to take this resource over there, and like playing okay. You know what I mean? But if I was like depending of a certain resource that's like not the most, not such abundant in the game, I was like, I was having like to wait like the countdown of the combiner to drop from 25 to 10 to play again, to use the combiner and make and play the event with more efficiency anyway. You know what I mean? So like that's weird. I think that with the more that you upgrade your HQ, basically, you have basically more freedom in your choices. You know what I mean? Like, you can like play without worrying every time about the energon stuff. You don't have to worry about the over 13. Um, this helps the more that you play the game. But like, I'm thinking a lot about the FTP guys, the guys that are just starting to play the game, and the guy was like, "Okay, what do I do here? I just like play it 2 or 3 times, and like there's the guys that's like, oh, what's this Mayhem Mode? Oh, the guy is hacking. I just killed his HQ and the guy didn't die. Like, they're the guys that are like out of the trends. They don't know newsletter stuff, and like for these guys, hard to like to explain everything that's going on. Like, oh no, man, it's these, and that's happening. So like, be careful. Don't call hacking everybody. That's like just naturally playing the game and using the mechanics of the game. So like, I think that everyone has that newbie moment when I was like first dropping. I was like very pissed off because I thought that the guys were hacking because I wasn't using God Neptune to kill HQs and the HQ wasn't receiving damage. Everyone has that newbie moment, whatever. But like, what I think that's like necessary for you to like, when the guys have what's necessary for you to like understand basics of the game and develop, like, oh, I know this game mode, I know this is strategy, I know this stuff, I know these and that, but the resources that I have in the game are so low. They lack so much stuff that I can't invest everything on it, and I can't go everything on these, and like I have to be like really go slow with the with the investments that you do. So it's very hard because I can't, because like, for example, if a guy don't have 5-star T2 max, I say like, okay, use the 4-star. If you're missing some kind of damage, use Acid Storm and boosts up damage and everything. But the guy is in HQ 18, so this means it doesn't start a match with 34 SA points. It's going to like start with 32, 28, 26, 24. So it's going to use more SAs. It's going to be like with less SA points. So like the parameter between what I have and what he has is like so different. That's like I can't even tell him strategies that help him, because the game level that the XP that we have, or the accounts level that we have, or the difference that the money that we invest is so big that like I can't help you. You understand? Like, I think that I have some decent tips and tricks, strategies, some like stuff that like can help people, but like I wanted my tips and tricks to be more universal. And I think that sometimes in these games with this amount of restrictions, my tips and tricks, my own stuff, they're not that universal. That's what I think, basically, the most of it. Let me think about another thing that I was thinking. Yes, one of the other bots that I was using this week was Acid Storm, and I was like, okay, I'm going to use Acid Storm. Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to ask you. I have recently received a striker as a whole, to my from my account, from my alliance, there was a little bit of spark being requested in some, yeah, days thing here exactly. That was exactly the one that I was talking about. So like we were so I was doing like natural more damage. I was naturally doing more damage a little bit, but I'm not sure if this extra damage I'm doing is on every single game mode, because we see alliance profile here with the strikers. I can't take myself out of the thing or whatever, but like as a striker I do more damage, but I'm not sure if I do more damage on every single game mode. I thought in the beginning it was just on wars, maybe PvP, but like it's kind of unfair to be a striker and have like extra damage during like the weekend events as well, you know. I thanks a lot Infinity for that, like big shout outs for Legends and stuff. But it was like it's kind of as a player, it's like obviously I'm very grateful for that. I'm very happy for that. But as a YouTube content creator that have always this parameter of like, what's the tooltip saying to me that damage is done, and the real damage like always different. That there's always the tech tree stuff difference that's not like decently updated in the tooltip, and now there's these. It's even more messed up. So it's like, okay, I'm not sure if the tooltip says what I'm getting from the striker or the Titan tech tree, but I wanted to guarantee that I was always being able to pop a build bot regardless of the level of the everything. So I just upgraded one extra level for the Acid Storm, and it has almost 5k damage. So if I calculated, it's a little bit more than 5k 800 with the 20% damage boost from the acid area that it throws. So it's very much precise on these. There's sometimes that's really funny to play with full tilt. Sometimes I'm doing the video in the middle of the street, so don't be too much cautious about the cars and motorcycles that are making a lot of drift moments that are like, I think this is Drift Street, I'm not sure, but like every single moto guy is like doing some crazy turning around stuff and like going with only one thing. I'm not sure why, how, whatever. But one thing that's was really like weird at some moments was like, if you go full tilt is very efficient on killing outpost bots, because you stun them and in the second shot basically every single time you kill them. Almost every single time you kill them. So like sometimes you have two bots that are like really close to each other, and you activate SA twice. On the first one, the bounce gets the other one, and you make the damage, and like is 12k 30k on realistically it's that amount of damage, not the 11k 254 that you're seeing on screen right now. So like it's much more than that, and like was a huge amount of damage that's like appearing on my screen that was looking like, oh, you did like 12 million something k damage and some stuff, and like, whoa, what's going on? Like it's really good. So like I'm really glad with Full Tilt how it is right now, because he's serving a lot of purposes. The only bad thing, real bad thing, is that he does nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing to Kulagoon, because Kulagoon can still kill you regardless, because the SA doesn't get reduced, just DPS that's reduced with the outpost level. and B, it's a warrior. Warrior has this stun immunity for the Titan tech tree, and I think that I'm the level right now that every single shock tower and warriors are always immune to EMP. So they're like, nope, I'm not going to care about these SA. Like, yep, goodbye. But it's like ridiculous against Laser Optimus. It's ridiculous against T2 Optimal Optimus for the autos. It's very good against most of every single one. For the Kulagoon, still have to use Breakneck and what I usually do is I go Breakneck if I don't have Blot already. If I have Blot, like okay, Blot on Kulagoon immediately. I have to make it there to like protect my stuff. And to be honest, I think that the other strategy that I'm thinking like even much better. I think that because the high damage that Kulagoon has, it has the healing on the Amalgamus. So I think that Kulagoon is going to basically ignore the reflect damage from the G1 core from Blot. So it's not even that efficient against Kulagoon. So what I'm doing like almost all the time is that I'm using Breakneck to make the glass, and I'm activating Blaster and making minions on the guy. And like it's very, very efficient. And like if the Blaster is close, if Breakneck's close, and any other thing's close to the outpost bot, that's Kulagoon, he naturally quickly dies. If the guy has Amalgamus at full power and the guy has a ridiculous amount of leveling, he's a 5-star. Okay, it's a little bit harder, and normally I have to use like once or twice the Breakneck essay, but it's like not impossible to deal with. So like is a little bit more okay, but like before it was like kind of desperate because I didn't have a full tilt that powerful, and Breakneck he didn't have the SA11, so like having these amount of stuff like really much better. I have a lot of Spark in the moment, almost 2 million, and I'm thinking of upgrading some other bot. I still have the challenge, not challenge exactly, but like I still have the episode of upgrade going for flatline 5-star, so that's going to consume a lot of Spark in every single way. But I think that I can go for another SA11 without like being desperate for a Spark after that. So I'm thinking of using on Blaster. I'm not 100% sure. The other 5-stars I have, it's not that they are bad, but they don't have amazing SA11s. Like Kulagoon doesn't have one. Acid Storm has a cool one, but because I don't use Voltar mixture, not Voltar mixture, the A ordnance on him, I think that the damage that they're going to be splitting is so irrelevant. That is not much worth it, to be honest. So like, I don't think like, I think that it's not going to be like reliable damage. Like okay. I won't have a notorious advantage because of these, so I think that's really much irrelevant. Scrapnose as a 6 is perfect at the moment, and like on highest wars with the stun immunity, lightning rod stuff is a little bit harder to use in, but like for like mid, just not hard, but like not insane ones, not. Sometimes zone 16 is like useful. Like I was just like so like glad that I got this guy. It's still good, still very useful, but I didn't thought it was that good, to be honest. Basically with the damage over time that it has. Dinobot, not even kidding. Not going to go for this guy. Not these. Not even use these. So for the 5-stars, I don't have a clear good option on that. I'm thinking on upgrading the aerial guys here for the 5 stars. Just have better options as outpost boss, to be honest. So, and for the 4 stars, I'm thinking about some of these. I'm not sure if I'm going to try Headstrong after I go for these after I go for the other batches. So I'm not even sure, but maybe eventually I'm going for a Headstrong SA11. Armada Max is really good. I mean, really good with his SA, EMP and stuff, like really good. It's really nice. Soundwave, as I said. What's the thing? Oh, it's just this. It's just the 5 star that drops 6 minions as a SA11. Really? Am I crazy? You drop 6 minions as a. Oh my god! I have to use Soundwave as a 5 star to have the minions, to have extra minions. I didn't know that. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so glad I checked this out right now. I'm so... I was going to upgrade a bot that didn't have the SA thing to chat. Oh boy. Thank god I did. I saw these. This is decent. But I'm not sure. This is very good. Like, this has a ridiculous tooltip. I'm not even sure what everything he does. Half Shells 2 kind of broke, so it's not working properly. Octons has a really good SA, but the whole package I don't think it's like that good. It's a weird bot. Like, I had the old setup that I had for Headstrong was like my Chronos on it, so it basically has, if you get this bot as a SA11, you have basically a full power, like a really big Chronos on him, that heals stuff around, damage absorption, you rush into things, but it wastes a lot of SA points, like, and I mean a lot of SA points. So like, if I just want to go and rush into stuff and heal stuff around when I'm doing that with the supply effect, I just go for the Headstrong with the my Chronos on, because like, to be really honest, it's much more easy to do that, and like, it's really good. It's really worth, and like, it works. The strategy itself works. Where is Headstrong? Heady. Where are ya? Where is he? I'm not drunk, I promise. Thank you. So like, if you use Alpha Trial on any other bot and go my Chronos on Headstrong, it's weird. Like, I think that the Octons, like, he has such a huge potential as a bot, but like, the alternatives to it are so much better. Like, oh, but my Chronos is such a little amount of healing. Okay, use Flatline. Oh, but it can't attract stuff. You can't like absorb stuff. You don't have enough survivability with Flatline. Okay, use Headstrong. Like, the alternatives are so much better than the bot itself. You know, that's pretty much it, man, for my considerations for the weekend event. I think it has just become a really fun and different game mode to play with. I had calculated a little bit in the moment in the weekend. I had one day to play after Saturday, a little bit of Saturday night, and the rest of the following day. And I was like calculating, if I purchase a bundle, I would have 63 extra points, extra, what's the name? Extra fuel cells with a little bit more of rotations, and like with soloing zone 15. Yeah, if you solo zone 15, with the gold version of the XP core, with gold version XP core, you have something close to 3 million XP per battle won. Basically, that was pretty much what I was getting. Sometimes a little bit more. I think that like 3,300,000, 3,400,000, 3 million something. It was almost all the time. Like every 3 matches I was getting that I win, I was getting 10 million XP, basically, something close to that. So if it's 3 million XP per match, so the level to 69 to 70 is 66 million. So with 22 matches, you're able to do that with a gold one. I think obviously with the G Metal version is even faster. So you have 22 matches. I made a calculation and I had like one day to play, and it was like, okay, the fuel cells reset at this moment, and I have 75 on this hour, and this hour, and I have the full rotation, and I had the first bundle that I have to purchase, and I purchase and I go for these, and everything's going to be there, and I will upgrade everything, and everything's going to be nice. And I was like calculating stuff, and it was like pretty much achievable at one day. If you like wake up in the morning very early, have a bundle, purchase the bundle, then after the in the middle of the before the night drops, a little bit sooner before the night drops, you play again with 75, which was what I was calculating, like the moments that I was going to have free time in the day, and before you go to sleep, you could go and play again, and you go with the skips and everything, with the coins and stuff. You'd pretty much have a guaranteed level 70 bot instead of this from 69 to 70 with only one day, and that's a lot. Like I think that one of the things that's really nice right now is that if you have the resources, bot XP, bot level is pretty much very nicely achievable, easily achievable. That's one of the things that I liked a lot. Another bot that I was upgrading, I upgraded sometimes a little bit of the other bots. Where are the other ones? Where are the other? Found you. So Fellbat. I only used one rotation, and like split it with other bot, and I didn't had the gold version one. I think that only with 4 or 5 matches, I made from the middle level 50 to 60. It's 55 basically right now, like something close to that. So like that's really good. That's really, really good. Like having this power leveling access is really, really good. Okay, I have a lot of bots that already have a lot of upgrades. So like the highest the bot is, the highest is going to be able to have like damage. He's going to survive more in the match. So the highest he's going to upgrade itself. And you have all the support around it, the other stuff, the other bots, the combiner stuff. But like, it's even more achievable. That's one of the things that's like mainly I think that have been a lot better right now. But the only thing that's a bad consideration that I'm doing is the 15 fuel cells per match. That's a lot. That's a lot. You kind of have a good thing that, like, if you go for the HQ and destroy it, most of the Mayhem points are there. So regardless if you win or not the match, at least you get the points. But I'm taking consideration a full win to consider when not. You win or lose in the end. Like a 99% the base destroyed is not 100%, so you lose, I guess. So like, it's not 100% yet. So that's the only bad thing about it. That's the only thing that I'm considering like bad on these. That is too much fuel cells. But I think that's pretty much good. It, guys. I've talked a lot today. I have a lot of stuff in mind to like share with you guys. A lot of like good stuff, fresh ideas. I will do like some wars during this week. I'm going to do some random stuff during this week. It's like some tips and tricks, random stuff, chilling. But like I think that we had a good like focus during this week with the Mayhem Mode being on, and I think like we should be like aware of it. Like, we should like take a really big look on these, because it's the future of the games, the future game modes. This is how apes are seeing what we need as a community of players, you know. So like, give them feedback, give them our opinion, what we think is better, what think is good, what thinks bad. It's very, very important for them to know, like, no, this is too much, this is too low, this is like this is like that. And everything should be like nice for them to have at least some kind of feedback to base themselves when they're going to make some changes in the game in the future. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. Galaver out.